Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. I did this story while I was on my way to the People's Summit. I want to do it right. You see this broken woman? You see this broken woman? That's Prime Minister, barely, tenuous thread, Prime Minister Theresa May of Britain. Jeremy Corbyn did this to her. The look on this woman's face, that's called Jeremy Corbyn. This was supposed to be the war to end labor. You must understand, they were talking about the destruction of the Labour Party. Theresa May called a snap election thinking, oh, I have this sewn up. I can strengthen my hand in regards to the Brexit vote, meaning I'm going to have more MPs on my side and everything else because I'm going to crush Labour. That's not what happened. This process, this procedure that she used willy-nilly, and wasn't doing it for the benefit of Britain. She was doing it for the benefit of herself. And she got her ass handed to her. Theresa May, this is your ass. How would you like it, fried or baked? That's what took place. Not only was it not the war to end labor, not only was it not the thing that was going to destroy the Labour Party and make Jeremy Corbyn rule the day he ever had the temerity to take the leadership position. Not only did that not happen, they lost a monstrous number of seats. So many so they lost their majority. And in losing their majority, they had to pair up with a fringe group just to keep leadership position. There have been calls for Theresa May to resign. Theresa May has defied those calls. Maybe she should think again, because this is ruinous for the Conservative Party. Beautiful for Labour. This is The Guardian. Jeremy Corbyn has once again defied the expectations of opponents and pollsters with a Labour result that may not necessarily put him in Downing Street, but has delivered a hung parliament rather than an anticipated call of his MPs. They thought it was going to destroy Labour. Honestly, they really did. They played it up as the thing that was going to destroy Labour. The press consistently ran the narrative, this is going to destroy Labour, this is going to destroy Labour. Guess what? It didn't destroy Labour. You know why it didn't? Because Jeremy Corbyn went and talked to regular people and said, hey, what do you need to make your life better? What do you need to make your life easier? Not for the plutocrats, not for the corporations. What do you as an individual in our particular country need to make your life easier? And guess what? That worked. Theresa May's budget was ghastly. She had a few faux pas on the campaign, but she was up by like 30, 40, 50 points. It was a massive lead that she started off with. So you can understand that this is somewhat shocking. The man who began his campaign to be Labour leader as a 100-to-1 outsider. Let me repeat that. The man who began his campaign to be Labour leader as a 100-to-1 outsider and was routinely derided as unelectable ended up increasing his number of Labour seats, a prospect seemed by many as unthinkable when the election was called on April 18th. As a series of Conservative target seats stayed resolutely in Labour hands, followed by a string of gains for his party, pre-election speculation about what scale of losses would necessitate a Corbyn exit was replaced by exultant talk of a new style of politics. This is what the left looks like in Britain from now on. You Blairites can go fuck yourself. That's what they said. That's what the public told the Blairites. You can go fuck yourself. Same thing to Theresa May. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because, yes, it does this to Theresa May. It makes her look like this. She can't help it. It makes her look like this when she thinks about Jeremy Corbyn and she thinks about this loss. But the Blairites, if you can imagine a face worse than this, those are the Blairites. The people who derided him, who ride on his coattails, who challenged his leadership position, literally tried to topple Jeremy Corbyn. And guess what? They got crushed. They got crushed when they tried to topple him. They got crushed again. Because they believed they were going to weasel their way back into power with his failure. Guess what? He didn't fail. And right now, in the UK, what the left-leaning politics look like is Jeremy Corbyn. His politics is the left. One of the guys who used to criticize him says, this is hope. Call the man hope. That's not him coming up with some cheesy campaign hope. That's somebody who was one of his opponents to a certain degree. saying that Jeremy Corbyn represented hope. It's amazing. That's amazing. From the moment the exit poll arrived at 10 p.m. on Thursday, indicating the Labour would increase its number of seats by 34, with a net loss of 17 of the Conservatives, the former was ebullient, with the spokesman saying it would be an extraordinary result. There's never been such a turnaround in the course of a campaign, he said. It looks like the Tories have been punished for taking the British people for granted. Now, the beauty of this is also the Scottish National Party. The Scottish National Party was also edging in on some of this bashing of Jeremy Corbyn. They would add in here or there, oh, we're the real left party in this country. Jeremy Corbyn is too left feet. Jeremy Corbyn can't run the Labour government. Guess what? You also lost. You also lost. You know who the left of Britain is? Not you. It's Jeremy Corbyn. Fall in line. Fall in line. Now, no, he doesn't have a majority government. So fair enough. Some of this bravado has to be restrained. But to the degree that they derided him from what they thought they were going to crush him, and this man coming out on top that evening is a miraculous thing. When you ask the people what they want, and you actually talk to the people, and the people think you're earnest and represent them, guess what? Those people vote for you. Those people will vote for you. Regardless of what the media is saying, regardless of the narrative, if those people think you're earnest, those people will go to the polls, and they will write your name on a line, or they will check a box, or they will pull a lever with the face of Jeremy Corbyn on it. That's what took place. Jeremy Corbyn is a government in waiting, and Theresa May is a government on the outs. That's the reality of the situation that we're presented with. A guy told me one day, and I'm going to leave it at this, Jeremy Corbyn would never be leader of Labour. He was wrong on that count. But then he said they would never be Prime Minister of Britain. Now, all of the journals and all those other people bashed Jeremy Corbyn. They took shots at him. Just like in this particular election, they doubted him. They didn't think he was going to perform and all this other stuff. Deep down, resolutely, I knew. I knew. Even if it was only to myself, I knew. I said that man is going to be Prime Minister one day. First, that man is going to be Labour leader. But second, that man is going to be Prime Minister. When he extended to the level of Labour leader, I said that man is going to be Prime Minister. I am repeating it again. This man, Jeremy Corbyn, is going to be Prime Minister. This broken woman who's making this face is on her way out. I'll leave it at that. All right, guys, if you enjoy the content, feel free to share, like, subscribe. And you can always support the work through Patreon. Look, I don't hate Theresa May. I'm sorry for using this picture of Theresa May. But, oh, you need to be punished. A snap election. A snap election just to try to snap Jeremy Corbyn in half. That's not what happened. You got broken. You got broken. That face. That's the face you made on election night. I want this immortalized. All right, guys. Have a good one.